All right, Jack, we are back at it for episode 2 of You Don't Know Jack. And this episode, I think, is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
Normally you get a bunch of engineers in the room. It sounds like crickets, right? No? Maybe? Oh, man. We're already...
Those are the crickets.
Oh, those are the crickets. Yeah, look at We're going to find out who the crickets are. No, just kidding. These guys are not crickets.
No.
They are...
Magicians.
What does that mean?
Create magic.
Oh. I thought you said you never see them.
Oh.
Because they're out doing work, right? Ooh. Anyways, all right. So, yeah. So let's introduce our guests for episode 2 of You Don't Know Jack. And it's going to be the one and only Luke McInnes and Chad Anderson. Oh, I can't say one and only. Well, yeah, I can. You guys are both your own people.
Yeah, you can say that.
Luke,
from different countries.
Yeah, right. You are from different countries. Yeah, that's true. Luke, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, everybody. I'm Luke McInnes. Been working here at Roush for 25 years. Basically came out the womb, and here I am, wrenching on the cars. I got into the automotive segment because my father was into cars. He was a mechanic for 20 plus years. Grew up working on everything, and when I finally landed at Roush, I knew this was the place I'd want to be, and here I am.
So he's 28 years young.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Came here at
Don't
3.
let that gray hair fool you.
No, I won't. Silverhead Fox over here.
That's right.
And Chad, I think maybe half his age.
Yeah,
right?
I've actually been here for 27 years. So
On Earth.
Yeah, right.
no, I've been here 7 years. This was my first real job out of college. And when I was in high school, super into cars, riding four-wheelers, that kind of stuff. I didn't know what I really wanted to do. And my dad actually took photography for NASCAR, and he actually went up to Jack Sr. and was like, hey, my son, he is really into cars. What should he do for college? Because he doesn't really know. And he said, you should go for mechanical engineering. So that's kind of why I'm here, and it's cool. Junior's in the room, and it's
Full
your
circle.
dad told me to work here, and now I'm working here.
That's awesome.
That is
Wow.
Yeah, well, he told my dad to do it and then pass it down to me. But
So that was like your interview, and you didn't even know.
That's right.
yeah, really
story.
interesting.
Cool story.
See,
Wow.
my dad also told me to do mechanical engineering, and I said no.
Did he tell you to work here?
He didn't actually. I had an interview.
Okay. Yeah, I did.
He was trying to get rid of you.
Yeah.
Go do your own thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
Well, he made you start at the bottom right, sweeping the shops, and
I actually did that when I was a kid.
that's right.
what was your first job here?
Sweeping floors when I was a kid for pocket
No
change.
way.
Yeah,
Wow.
I worked in this interview should not be about me, but I worked in the paint shop, special projects, before I could drive, maintenance. I did not work as a janitor, even though that's a very important job. But I felt like just about everything but that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's something to a clean shop floor. I mean,
There is.
when you walk into a clean shop, it's
Yeah, you
Feel
got
good.
talent there.
right.
I don't know, Jack. I would say as a VP of marketing, it's kind of like janitor because you deal with a lot of our crap.
Oh wow.
So I think we can mark that one
By
off.
hour, you mean your?
Yeah. No, that's exactly. Sorry, I was trying to bring us all down with me, but here we are. But wow, let's jump into our first segment. This is going to be called Engineering Gone Wrong.
Perfect.
So, on May 31st, 1911, the Titanic set sail. Okay? And on April 15th, 1912, after striking an iceberg, we all know what happened to the Titanic, right? You guys better
What do
be
you think
quick
we-
here.
Jack fell off.
As a team, yeah, sorry, Jack.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't hang on to the door that could fit 2 people. What a conspiracy. Anyways, where are we going with this? Team, engineering team, you have 30 seconds to give me your engineering outlook, how that could have been prevented. And go.
The guy couldn't have been drunk.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Well, they were going too fast. They didn't have the technology to look ahead, so they were going too fast.
So what's the replacement? What's the fix?
Sonar.
better driver.
Sonar. Better driver.
Headlights on her boat.
The lookout guys in the movie, they weren't like paying attention the whole time, so maybe
Yeah, it's all based
real
off
life
the movie.
they weren't actually.
Come on,
Okay.
guys. Like, what about a enforced ship? Like, what type of material could have withstood that?
Double whatever they had.
Yeah, safety a factor.
The
too.
amount of engineering
So they
that-
found the failure mode.
Jeez.
Just double that.
I might just have to ask marketing. What would we do? I would say heat sinking lasers that would zap the iceberg before we even got to it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
I would have
what-
gone on an airplane.
Oh, you know what?
Even got on a boat
You know
in the first
what?
place.
Remember that weed zapper we were talking about? Take that technology, put it on the boat.
Iceberg
Zaps the iceberg.
Excuse me, Roush Industries, if you're listening.
Trademark.
Yeah, there it is.
I
There's your next idea.
forgot what I was going to say.
Well, dang.
All right.
Oh,
you
they
know-
probably didn't know to test for hitting icebergs because they may have not done that many trips. I don't.
Like,
Ooh.
I'm not
like
super
none.
up to date on my
Like it
history
was
of
their
that, but
maiden voyage.
yeah, like they didn't
was.
have like that as a necessity to like pass as an.
Yeah, they
engineering
should have done a
test.
DV test.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's probably
like
added
any
now.
good engineer, they should have done their testing.
So on that point, do we think Mustang Engineering should enforce the wheel a little bit more for all them curbs, or no?
No,
Depends
we're
on the
good.
Can you
drive.
say
We're
that?
good.
Or is that back to the drivers?
We've got cornering fatigue.
Okay,
testing.
that's great. Solid.
We'll get into that.
Have you driven on Michigan roads? We're good.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Testing
Uh,
itself.
I did. I drove that SEMA build, the Focus RS.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was so cool because it was like my first time here. I come up, you guys give me the keys to a Focus RS. It may have been you, Luke, actually.
With the red wheels.
You always hooked it up with the red
The
wheels.
white,
Yep.
Yeah, with the
white
red
matte
wheels.
white one.
Well,
Looked like a little Hot Wheels car.
yeah, it did. But that was the most awful thing ever to give me driving on Michigan roads. I'm sitting here driving to work, holding coffee, driving in the snow, and I swear I hit a pothole that was probably 3 feet deep. Coffee everywhere. I downshifted, spilt my coffee, about veered into the car next to me. So that was my welcome to
I think I remember that
Rush.
day.
Yeah.
Showed up a little wet to work.
Yeah, and the PSI was a little bit low in that tire. Well, one more thing. Let's go back to Roush Marketing versus Roush Engineering. Lego build off. Who wins and why?
Oh, we win. Hands down.
Oh.
It depends what the
Wait,
goal
why?
is.
Wait, okay, so all right, let's.
Let me just tell you,
Yeah.
when I do interviews,
Mhm.
one of the questions I ask is, did you play with Lego as a kid? Because that will
Yeah.
tell you a whole lot about the person. If they're spatially,
That's a good.
cognizant or not.
Yeah, right.
Like that.
And yeah, I don't know about Chad, but I can guarantee you he played
Yeah.
with Lego as a kid.
The
He was-
little not a Rector set. I'm a little too young for that, I guess. But the next step was like connects.
Lincoln.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
my-
Lincoln Logs. See.
Yeah, we played with Lincoln Logs. My brother and I would do like connects, these like little cars, and we'd try and like hit them into each other. Whoever could build like the strongest one. That was like our.
Battlebots.
It was like or like Beyblades, like those
Yeah.
things that you
Oh,
put.
yeah.
It was before
Oh
Beyblades.
wow, you are so young.
So yeah, it was. I don't know. It was kind of fun.
Makes me
You don't remember
feel-
My
those?
kids. have
No,
those.
my kids have Beyblades. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? I have a 13-year-old.
They still have Beyblades?
No, that's new,
cool.
isn't it?
No, they're old.
No, they're.
Do they
Oh.
have like sharp things on them still?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
like
didn't
and
play
you put
with-
them in a dome.
Yeah,
Like yeah.
Oh, when we played them, they had like razors on them.
Yeah, like
Now they're all soft.
dude.
like you could modify them and do different types of like stacks of like weapons or whatever.
Dude, I was Hot Wheels like through and through.
Oh.
I was to the point where I would take a hammer and like crush them up and act them like they wreck, and I'd drive the fire truck up to it and like haul them off.
I'm sure your parents love that.
No, they did.
I had a
It was-
remote control fire truck that I'd drive throughout the house. Like it would go up and like the ladder would extend and do all the lights and all that.
That's awesome.
But it had like a cord. It wasn't wireless. It was just
You got a bunch of
Had
RC
to follow it
cars.
around.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, I
Kind of
haven't
a
touched them.
collector.
Once they break,
They sit on the
I don't
shelf.
have engineering in me. I have marketing in me where it's like I walk by the
buy
shelf
another
and
one?
like,
Oh,
oh,
I
I'll
just
just
need
get
a new
another
one.
one. You
Yeah.
know?
it's a display now.
Drone
So-
flies away, you just go get another one.
No, that's right. Well, I just told someone a story that my son's
Yeah,
RC
that's-
plane flew away, and it was the best part is he looked at it and was just like, we knew it was gone. It just literally just gone. And poor guy, he was tearing up as we were walking back, and he didn't even tell me like he was sad or anything. I ended up jumping on and ordering him another one, but poor guy. Anyways, all right, well, let's kick off the Q&A. We want to know a little bit more about what Roush Engineering does, because truly it's pretty wild to think the concept of what your guys' job is. It's really to take an idea and turn it into reality But then also you guys have tons of pressure in the fact that these people are driving products that you've engineered every single day.
Yep.
And you know what these products and vehicles and parts mean to these people, right? It's their absolute world. So you guys have a lot on your shoulders.
And what they put them through.
And what they put them through. And there's all levels of that, right?
Yes.
Because sometimes you don't drive a car enough, there's issues. If you drive a car too hard, there could be issues. So yeah, there's a huge span there. But
So, Luke, I got to ask you a question. I don't think we've ever talked about this before, but was there a pivotal moment as a kid or as, in college that made you want to be an engineer?
I don't know about pivotal moment in college, but I know when I was in high school, John Coletti was the big Ford SVT Mustang guy, and you kept seeing all the magazines, Ford versus Chevy, Mustang Camaro. And that, it's probably in my junior year. I was like, I'd love to work for that guy. And then I moved down to, the area for school and got the opportunity to come in for an interview. And when I walked into Building 9 for my interview, there were probably 40 Cobra R's. There's 2,000 Cobra R's. So it's, right, the orange, cool, red Mustangs, giant wang on the back of them.
Oh, yeah.
I just walked in that garage that day and I was like, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to be a part of. And like just that alone, I think was a pivotal part in me continuing with my engineering schooling and making sure I, had the opportunity to develop automotive parts.
Oh, very cool.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't give you that story of why I got into marketing.
I could. No, that's cool, Luke. I guess we'll go over to you, Chad. So, day-to-day life, you get to do this every day. Give us inside scoop. How's that look?
Well,
Hectic.
it kind of, yeah. So my role is I have a lot of different responsibilities, whether it's either designing new parts or working on retail instructions or service manuals, anything that the customer really sees on like our customer service related side, like TSPs and anything like that, or testing products. So like anything that we do design, we obviously have to test before it goes into production, and either writing down those DV plans or doing the actual testing itself. So like today, for example, I came in, I had a couple meetings related to like service manuals, and then I had to go test fit some exhaust system for F-150. So
Wait.
there's a couple different.
No Tom Hortons.
Oh, I get Tim Hortons every
Tim.
single morning.
Tom.
Yeah.
It's Tom.
The
Tom's
guy-
his brother. You guys don't know him. Clearly, I'm not from
Yeah.
up here.
I didn't
Jeez.
go for like a week, and the guy was like, "I missed you. I thought like it's
That
the
is
same guy
hilarious.
every
That's
morning."
funny.
Yeah, because I get the same thing. So
Oh, shout out Tim Hortons.
Yeah, Tim, not Tom.
yeah.
Maybe we should give it to Tom. Is there a Tom?
Maybe.
His brother?
So that's interesting because I remember yesterday you came into my office and you said you just got done doing something that was a little more
Yeah, little
out there.
little fun with a Mustang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder
we,
which kind of
Mustang.
Mustang.
Perk of the job.
Yeah.
That's the
Should we
benefit.
beep this? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's almost the same color as that one.
I'm putting my hand over the sensor right now.
No, we're just kidding. Oh, did you guys take that outside last night?
I did a little test over in the parking lot.
Good.
Make sure it was
After
working.
Ian was done?
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering why the car was
I was
outside.
very curious of the new like drift mode.
Perfect.
So,
Did it work?
Oh,
very good.
Excellent.
Yeah. Wait, like
Wow.
because we just did it with the JRE. I don't know. This
Yeah.
maybe come out after that, but
You'll see it.
going back to back JRE or S550, S650, the steering is way different in drift, anyways.
interesting.
And
I was
actually
pleased.
connecting a face with the name, Chad was Santa Claus
Yeah.
in the JRE going around the tree. By the time you actually listen to this episode, it's going to be right before Christmas, and that's when that content will be released.
Oh
So
yeah.
I found my replacement.
yeah. That was a good time.
I was Santa Claus a while. It was weird doing the Raptor. Remember, I had like
Yes.
I was doing
Oh,
something on the
yeah.
top of the Raptor. I think,
Yeah.
or it was just gloves. Maybe I was wearing.
Chad, why
I don't
have you been
remember.
the Santa Claus of choice? I don't think
know.
you don't fit the physique.
I mean,
Look,
I
no.
could lose a little weight,
No.
but
I don't even think you're to the dad bod yet. I think you're all right.
No.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I've seen, obviously, I come and bug you guys. I'm always trying to sneak pictures of your secret projects that you're working on at your desk. But Projects this past year. What has been a favorite one that maybe, I don't know if you guys have jointly worked on it together, or what's kind of a top project of the year?
Go ahead.
So this last year we were doing a lot for 24 F-150. And like I was saying, I was working on exhaust this morning, so that's kind of a new, kind of late add to it, but just developing a new exhaust kind of has an integrated X pipe in it. So that's kind of cool. Carrying over from like Mustangs, you have X or an H. So our new muffler has an X pipe built into it, so it'll sound a little different from previously. And
That's cool. That is cool.
yeah, I don't know if you guys probably haven't seen it yet, but
No.
we have a bunch.
Probably not.
down
So
in the
like
garage.
raspy, or what are we gonna see? What's the?
It's not really raspy like on a Mustang.
Yeah.
Which I thought it was going to be,
Right.
but it's really not. It sounds kind of. I mean, yesterday we had Gary and he was looking at it, and it kind of sounds more like deep, like muscle car-ish. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah,
it's not weird. It sounds great. It's just
Right.
It's not what I was expecting.
that's pretty
So,
neat.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited. That's actually the first time I heard this. So.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Nice. Wow, you guys really kept this one away from me.
Well, it was just yesterday.
Literally,
okay.
just the prototype parts.
Good
just showed
timing.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And I
Wow.
don't know. For me, I think one of the favorite parts or projects that I've been working on, part of with the team this year, again, our F-150 for 24. I think the team's done a great job of executing the vision that was provided. And for me, it's that front end of that truck, I think the customers are going to love. So I'm
Yeah.
really excited about what we've been able to put together. And I can't wait to see the customers' reactions once they get to see that.
Oh yeah.
No, absolutely.
No, I agree.
It's next level. So
Yeah, we just wrapped up that dealer council live, and just the excitement to be able to start to talk about it. I can't wait till consumers start to get behind the wheel of it. It's gonna be something.
oh yeah.
The pedals also look really sweet.
Those
I
are
worked
safe
on
Was that
pedals.
your design?
It's me and Rich, but
Yeah.
it was Rich's kind of idea with the grill design, but we worked together on it.
Nice.
But they look sweet.
They make you want to just stomp on them.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, Chad, I gotta ask. I think I know your answer, but are there any personal or side projects you've worked on that tie back to your love for performance engineering, even if they aren't directly related to Roush?
Yeah. So ever since I started working at Roush, I bought a 3D printer. So I was always kind of tinkering with that. And that's kind of evolved into making random pieces for at home or like a phone holder for your car or something. But then most recently, obviously, my BMW that I drift, it's got Coyote-powered Roush supercharger in it.
Wait.
And that,
Wait.
Yeah.
For the people who don't know,
yep.
you just said Coyote and BMW.
Yeah. So which someone did this before me. Please email in because I looked for like months on this because no one had really any info. There's a guy that did it in the E36, which is the generation before mine, but I believe I'm the first one in an E46 chassis. There's like 3 of them right now done
Right.
that I can find. But anyways, yeah. So 02 BMW, it's a sedan. So it was like 180 horsepower. Drifted that for like 2 years and then wanted more power. Got a Coyote supercharger. It's got the Mustang dash in it, complete body harness.
Wild.
It has the door chime not when you open the door, but it just kind of does it all the time. But
We're still working on
it's
that.
funny because people are like, they open the door and then they hear the chime. They're like, oh, wow, you made it work. I'm like, it just does that all the time.
Can't you disconnect the speakers?
Yeah, so there's but the nice thing is like if you do have a problem in the dash with something, it'll give you an audible of it too. So I kind of left that just for that.
That's great.
But yeah, so
Because he doesn't
back-
want his car's on fire.
yeah. So back to that, just being at work and learning how to design things, I kind of applied that to the BMW. Again, no one's done it before, so I had to make all the brackets myself, figure out how to actually do it, and it was a pretty big process. I did the whole thing, the initial swap, in like 4.5 months over winter, so that's pretty quick for
Yeah.
everything custom and all that. It's just I was working till like 1 a.m. every morning and then coming into work and then going doing that. So it's evolved since then, ironed out some better details of stuff, but yeah.
That thing rips. We seen it at RC Homecoming this last year.
Yeah.
You did some demo rides, gave some rides with people. That was a
Some
blast.
talent, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You,
this time I didn't run out of gas.
Do you have any races coming up or?
So end of the year, we already finished our season. The last event was like a tailgate run in West Virginia. So it was like a private event, and we kind of got invited to that if you're good enough. And
Made the cut.
yeah, it was really cool to be invited to that and they're going to do more of that next year too. But any of the like Grid Life Midwest coming up for 24, I'll be there. Probably 2 other Grid Life events, and then there's some like shootout style events I'll be at.
All right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, it should be good.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously it's pretty wild to do a swap such as that, almost unheard of. But we're gonna crank it up just a little bit here. So this is to both of you guys. If you were to build a blockbuster hit, and Chad, if you don't know what blockbuster is, I'll explain it to you.
I know. It's like Red
Okay, all right. Yeah, there you go.
It was next to Blockbuster when they shut down.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
The shutdown building was behind the red box when you
Yeah.
exactly. If you were to build creativity, budget, no limits, what type of jaw-dropping feature or vehicle would this be?
61 Country Squire wagon on air with the blown
I knew he was
coyote.
going wagon.
Done.
Wow.
I knew,
Yeah, that Subi wagon.
I knew it.
Wow.
I've lost that since my son started driving.
Oh. All right. That's a solid one.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I personally just really love R34 GTRs. So
Ooh.
those cars by themselves are
Things
pretty
sound
awesome.
So good.
Like magic.
Yeah, they sound really great. Obviously I don't have one of those, but if you could like modernize it and make it the interior a little nicer and add, a lot more horsepower, because they really don't have a lot of power from the factory. Something like that, or doing, I don't know. I really like those cars. They just look really good.
What side would you get, a right-hand drive or a left-hand drive?
You'd have to probably just do a right-hand drive, but just
Convert
like updating everything to like new spec, like maybe put newer GTR seats in it or something like that.
Why not just get a new GTR?
Because I don't know, they just look so cool for some reason.
They do look
The
cool.
R34. Ever since like Fast and Furious, that's my favorite car.
That's
Probably never be able to get one because they're like $200,000 now, but maybe
they
someday.
really?
Yeah, because they're they're legal I think this year now, or maybe a year.
Hey, your manager's right here. We could ask
Yeah.
for a
Wait,
raise.
we
and I think he can go to the
you
next
can
guy
import it.
too, right?
Well, you could import it to Canada, and then I could keep it at his house.
I think he's asking for a raise.
Yeah.
Is that what he's saying?
You can
Jack,
buy-
can we approve this?
buy the
We could do it as a marketing vehicle.
buy the Skyline, park it at my house.
We'll coyote swap it.
And we're gonna have a quick question come in from the outside here. Are you ready for this one?
No.
No,
I'm kind of
if it's coming off if it's coming off of my notes, yeah, that's a
Okay.
problem. If Roush were to engineer a vehicle specifically for the animal kingdom, what animal do you think you would make the best? That would make the best test driver, and why?
I mean, monkeys probably would be the closest resemblance. Because I feel like they can show emotion, and I mean, they'd have all the limbs to actually drive a car. But I mean, I've seen like videos of dogs driving them. Like Subaru did a thing where they taught dogs how to drive. I don't know if you ever.
Wow.
It's on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
Have to check that one up
Wild.
after on our lunch break.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
I would think you would need opposable thumbs.
Yeah. Well, they had
Well-
like special hand controls for the dog's paws and
I was
stuff.
going to say, what kind of vehicle are we talking about? Like, we've kind of got our hands in everything around here. You could just throw a turtle in
True.
a car and it could just go for a ride. Something autonomous.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Pick your animal.
Wow.
What do you want to throw in there?
Okay, I'm gonna pick the
Giraffe.
animal, and you pick the vehicle.
Okay.
Giraffe, big sunroof. Wanna try-
No, let's-
Convertible.
Or
Let's
lay him
think
down
of-
in one of the buses.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could do it in the bus.
Actually, I'm already answering my own question. We're going elephant, and we got to put it in the Super Duty
Yeah,
because
it's
of its
gotta be
towing
Super Duty.
capabilities.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, and we're offering the current suspension package
Right.
that's offered on our production truck on RoushPerformance.com.
That's true.
This is not an ad.
Not an ad. But that suspension's great.
It hasn't been tested with elephants.
Sure
yet,
is.
but-
Yeah, we didn't do that DV testing, but if that's something.
Well, that's why we
marketing,
have you here.
marketing says so. Okay, marketing says so. It's
Again,
fine.
it's not an ad, but
Yeah.
it's a great suspension.
Yeah.
Well, elephants can paint and play music, so. I get
Oh
your
my
point.
Oh
gosh.
yeah, they could
Oh, it's
they
true.
could steer with. I
They
didn't
never
even think of
forget.
that either.
They never forget. Do you know that?
Mm.
What?
Yeah, they never forget. Their memories are so good, they never forget
He's
anything.
like my wife.
Oh,
I got one thing. Luke, you're Canadian, right?
Yes, sir.
Might be actually more of a question for Chad. How many How do you throw me at one?
A.
Eh? Wow, I'm way off.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know what you were saying. I was
like,
I've never heard of that
country
before.
Canadian or something.
Yeah.
What are you talking about,
Hey.
y'all?
It's like when your grandpa gets up.
Hey.
Oh, easy.
I do that sometimes. How many
A's
do you hear a day?
Here?
Yeah, from Luke.
from me.
Just Luke alone. And when does he typically do these?
I don't really. I mean, maybe when I first started, I'd like be like, that's a little different. But now I don't think I really recognize it. I don't know if he's a big A or.
I think I
you're
mask
talking.
it well.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Just kind of.
Is the accent that different than like
Oh,
Detroit?
gosh.
Because I'm told by people that I sound Canadian. You know, like
Oh.
our accent here sounds Canadian.
The,
So.
the UP is definitely
When
more
I
of a Canadian accent,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just the y'all. Like I definitely hear it talking to Trevor. It's all the y'all.
But I can hear. Yeah, but I think you sound super Canadian. And I can kind of understand though why.
because
Yeah.
I'm super Canadian.
Yeah, you are super Canadian.
I don't understand yours though because you're from California,
Right.
And now
Yeah.
you live in North Carolina,
It's
and it's like,
it kind of varies because I mean I'm married my wife and being in the same she is super country. Her entire family, my kids sound like rednecks, and so like I think it's funny because there's a level of communication that I feel like when I talk to them I feel like it's emphasized more because maybe they don't understand me any other way.
It's
Like
funny.
you, yeah,
It's funny. My mom is from Southern Kentucky,
yeah,
and I remember growing up. You know, she'd talk. You know, just like everyone else up here.
yeah.
But then she'd get on the phone with her family, and her Southern twang came out big time.
Oh, so yeah, maybe it's that's wild. But yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know what you're talking about.
That's the dead giveaway. I
Yeah,
think that's
that-
the only time you guys make fun of me.
That
Yeah,
is
definitely like that. and
Or
just
if I gotta call my
anything.
mom.
Yeah.
All right, let's throw another one up here. Let's see here. Should we go? Let's go something a little easier. Oh, I got a good one.
Okay.
This is for both of you. If you were to swap any jobs with anyone within the company, who would it be and why?
How about to think of that? Think about that a little bit.
Can't be in engineering. Yeah, definitely. It can't be in your own
Mm.
own area.
That's a good question.
I would think probably like a dyno technician or something. That would be pretty fun. Is
Dyno
it-
technician.
I don't know if you ever walk down our buildings that have all the engine dynos, but it's
Yeah.
cool. Just the whole building is like
Oh, yeah.
shaking. There's various different
Yeah.
vehicle engines being tested.
Super cool.
Yeah, I that would be fun because I'm always like interested in that, and I've never worked down there, so maybe that would be cool.
Right.
I'd say
That's-
that's a good one.
fabrication, because these guys are magicians. You know, the some of the projects that they get to work on, the concepts that guys bring down, they turn those into reality, and I think that'd be
Mhm.
really cool to work on some of those things.
That'd be pretty. You know, I'm gonna open this up. Josh, what is yours?
That's a tough one.
Engineering.
Did you want us to say we wanted to be in marketing?
Yeah,
and we
I'm a
switched
little
for the rest
sad
of
to
the
be
day?
honest with you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
I mean,
Disappointing.
Pass that board over here.
Let's
Yeah,
try
yeah,
again.
There you go. Press
We
this
could
button.
flip the rest of the day if you
Yeah,
want,
no,
and
let's
then-
do it.
I don't know. I think some in our entertainment group would be great.
Ooh, that would be solid.
They get to do some fun stuff.
Yep.
And, you know,
That's where I first started at Roush. I
Oh,
worked there
really?
for like a year and a half, and then transferred over.
Really?
And then I found them.
yeah.
So funny when I got
Diamond in the rough.
the job I applied to was like it said Roush Entertainment, so I had no idea Roush did entertainment work. So I was assuming it was like audio systems in a car. I get here for my interview and they start telling me what it is. I'm like, this is not what I thought. But I was like, it's Roush. I liked everything, so I ended up working there for a year and a half
cool.
and then came over to this side.
What if?
That's cool.
It was just like I was completely like when I left, I was like, wow, that is not what I came here. What
Yeah.
I thought I was doing.
I still have days like that at Roush though, because you'll go talk to somebody in a different part of it, and you'll be like, you do what?
Do what? Yeah.
Yeah.
You work for Roush?
Right.
No way.
We do some incredible things. So.
I think it's wild driving around like the greater Detroit area, Livonia, Plymouth, everything, and you're driving and it's like, there's a Roush building.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap, there's another Roush
Yeah.
building. It's like, how many are there? And which actually comes to a good point. I know it's well over 100 right now, and obviously not all of them are completely active because we keep adding, but still I think is it like 40,
It's about
plus,
40 buildings. Yeah.
which is super impressive.
Yeah.
And I think we figured this out, actually. It's over 2 million square footage of building. I originally was saying 1 million. I actually talked to your dad about it.
It's almost 3 million.
Oh, is it 3
It
million?
might even be over 3 million.
Okay, well then, yeah. No, that's
square feet.
that could very well.
Around the world, right? Because we're
Yeah.
global. So,
Right. Well, just here,
yeah.
I think it's considered like 23 campuses
Wow.
or like locations
In Michigan.
in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we did the security optimization stuff, it was kind of wild to be able to see that. But
Cool.
yeah, no, that is cool.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, who are you swapping with? What job?
That's a tough one. You know,
He's going back to sweeping. He's like, I'm out of here, guys.
yeah. No, I think it's awesome, you know, to hear both your responses. You know, for me, I had my own business, believe it or not, after college. I did that for 10 years, making software. And, you know, I like to build stuff too. I've also been very passionate about racing and performance. That's why, you know, I've focused here ever since I've been back with the family company. But, you know, it's awesome to see our culture just steeped in that. You know, you guys work here. I'm sure, you know, a good part of it is because you're passionate about the stuff that we make.
Yep.
And, you know, personally, I love building stuff too. You know, I like that a lot more than sitting in meetings all day. So, you know, if I had to trade my job, I'd want to probably build more stuff, drive cars.
Oh, yeah.
I'll switch with
You're
that too.
hired.
Yeah.
You're hired.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sign me up for
definitely.
that too.
We got some exhaust to go test fit in the garage after this.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, it's already taken out. You just have
Yeah.
to install it.
Well, you guys missed out on the perfect opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and just take the CEO position. Okay. So you guys enjoy.
Uh-oh.
Well,
The company's
I don't know how long it's going to last, but we're going to have a heck of a time.
So I talked to you about my raise now.
Yes.
So I get my
Yes.
R34.
Done.
Sweet. I'll order it. Like
Wow,
right
this is
after.
awesome.
Yeah.
No, you guys don't have to show up to work tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So
Why is that? Because we're fired?
no, I just Fridays are free days now.
Oh,
Okay. And you get double pay. Hey,
Trevor for president.
well,
He's got the American flag
That's
on his
right.
hat.
well, no fly zone is politics, so I'm gonna just keep moving on here.
That's right.
Anyways, I got a good one. You ready for this one? If all makes and models hosted a stand-up comedy night, what vehicle do you think would grab the spotlight?
Oh, wow.
That's
Ooh,
a pretty good one.
that is.
For being the funniest.
Like the
You
car
know, it could-
itself, like it just
the
sits
car
there,
itself,
or if
yeah.
it could talk.
No, it's gonna sit there and it's gonna talk. Like because
Okay.
you know
Pontiac Aztec.
Pontiac Aztec.
Yeah.
What year is that?
Oh,
Those things had like
Early
camping
2000s,
setups in them or something.
I don't know why
Yeah.
I hear a raspy voice, like 3 packs of
late
cigarettes a day
90s,
voice.
Early 2000s, I think. The Aztec was
Yeah.
a flop, man. That thing was something.
You saw a lot of them, though. Gosh.
They're pointy.
Guys, wait,
Yeah.
can we bring one of
Bring
these
that
up
up.
here?
Yeah.
Bring that up.
What is this? A Pontiac?
I imagine them being yellow, so just look up a yellow
Yeah,
one.
it
Yeah.
was yellow Pontiac Aztec.
Wait, are you thinking Aztec or Rendezvous? Remember
No,
that?
he's
the
talking about
Rendezvous,
Aztec.
that's the second terrible. I had one of those when I
Oh
rented
my
one once.
gosh, these things?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure those things you could
Hands down.
remove like
That's the winner.
parts of their. It would make like a camping set or something.
Pontiac.
it-
I will say that you guys have done better vehicles, but that is
That's
awful.
second image there on the,
Yeah.
the left.
Add like camping to your search. Yeah, that's pretty ugly. Oh my-
This
Look at
is
all-
gonna wait. This guy's gonna be the spotlight of the
For
comedy
funniest
stand-up.
car? Yeah.
I would think it
Okay.
would be like something like a Tesla because they kind of make all the funny things right now, so they probably could program some funny jokes into it.
Engineering. Think on a marketing mindset. Like when I look at a car, I can hear it talk to me. No,
Lightning McQueen.
Well, you don't see the personality in a car when you look at a car.
I am.
Yes. When I see an F-150, I see this like prim and proper, like jock / professional. No,
You got my
Tom Brady. I think of Tom Brady
Alright.
when I think Roush F-150.
You know that's a
PT
disorder,
Cruiser.
right?
Is it? Let's talk about this.
A PT
Here.
Cruiser would be a little goofy one too.
Yeah.
You know what those are?
No,
right?
yeah, you guys are
okay.
thinking quite literally. Like,
No,
hey,
like
a
a
we're just thinking
goofy-
like goofy.
Goofy cars.
What's your
Look at that
what's your
thing.
mindset here?
listeners, do you guys get what I'm saying?
That one
here?
looks kind of cool though.
That one's kind of cool. Viper.
Cruiser.
Yeah.
You
this
saw those
V10.
everywhere.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Champagne PT Cruiser.
They came in like a turbo too.
And the
There's a
lady was
listed one.
swatting at her kid in the back seat as he's
Always.
jumping around. Sorry.
Ooh, there you go. That screams
That's
Trevor.
actually Trevor's car. Right there. He showed up in that this morning.
I did. I did.
That's what he parks behind the
Hey.
chicken coop.
I got the chickens actually. The coop is in the car.
That is the
Yeah, it's a mobile coop.
Yeah.
That's how I do my deliveries. Wow.
And the car's name is the Rooster.
I love it.
Well, what are you thinking? Like a car or like a real car?
No, a real car, but I'm thinking of the personality of it.
Like what?
My example is Roush F-150 ultimately represents like a Tom Brady, I feel like. It's like professional, sleek,
Yeah.
just his
So,
his
like-
swagger.
But you said a comedian, a funny car.
Yeah, who's going to take the spotlight? Who's going to be funny, witty? I would almost say
A Fiat 500.
Fiat.
It's actually a good answer.
That's not a bad answer. Now I'm getting
Cinquecento,
If I
they
could
will be
leave and go
Italian.
drive
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, it's like on cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. See, we're getting
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's a good one. I like that.
Wow. I didn't know we had to have a warm-up exercise
We did.
before.
We
Here
got
are.
there. We got there.
No, we got.
You got to break it down.
Oh
Baby
man,
steps.
dang.
Yeah, the SSR.
SSR. Yeah.
We're just thinking of like ugly cars.
Yeah, pretty
Which-
much.
I was just thinking funny
Yeah.
face.
yeah, funny
front.
looking.
But that's
Yeah.
most comedians have that kind of like you're kind of a goober look.
Yeah.
SSR, PT Cruiser.
There's not very many
Respect.
good-looking comedians.
Kevin Hart. He'd be like the Mini Cooper.
Oh my gosh! All right.
right.
You know what? Actually, this kind of brings us to our next thing, and kind of on the topic of the F-150 on the personality. But in a world where cars have personalities, okay, I'm laying this out. Do you think a Roush vehicle would be more of like a daredevil, a sophisticated intellectual, or a laid-back beach cruiser type person? Like what? And we'll break it down. We'll start with Mustang. We'll throw it back. S550 Mustang. Who's that person?
I think it depends which one you bought.
Jerry.
Jerry, because it is like the top of the line. It is
775
yeah.
horsepower.
It's super like track related, but I feel like that's kind of the person that's like, here's my sports car. And it's like kind of the level of like someone that would buy like a Z06 or like maybe even a Ferrari or something like that. They're like, this is like the top of the top type of vehicle. Where more like car shows, maybe some.
So is this like a
sophistication.
Luke McInnes? Like who is this? Luke, you. That's what this is taking a turn. But
Great.
Not a good turn,
Uh-oh.
but a turn.
trying to think here.
Don't think too hard.
Yeah. I see smoke.
Jax definitely fits his Focus RS, by the way. His like fast little Focus
Yeah,
RS.
that
Not
thing's
saying you're
awesome.
little. I'm just saying the
Oh,
fast
I
part.
see.
The fast part.
So
I'm
there was this
Jack,
guy,
I am CEO. I am
There
CEO.
was this
Remember
guy
that?
named Trevor Wright. He was in marketing.
Yeah.
No, I'm CEO today. I can say that. Oh, jeez. Anyways. Dang. Okay, so
Well, the Mustang.
Just 'cause it's got-
the
it's got
Mustang
the-
would be dual personality.
Yeah, I just think because it's got polished wheels,
Yeah.
it's like flashy. It's not like really like. I think of like race cars as like edgy,
Yeah.
kind of like they look cool, but they're like
Yep.
more edgy and like muscular. Like I don't know.
yeah,
The JRE is definitely like a flashy version of that.
right.
But you change the wheels, like the wheels that came in the track pack kit, then it
No.
kinda looks differently.
Say it right.
The
Jack
the
back-
crate,
The Jack.
The Jack Pack track box.
the track box,
Say that 10 times fast. Go.
Jack pack track box.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not even going to hit F-150 if it. This group together, I don't know.
No,
guys.
F-150 I think is,
Professional football
that's
player.
that's
Or, like,
professional, but at the same time it's off-road, it's fun,
Yeah.
it's versatile.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you could go out in the woods,
Yeah.
but then you could show up to work on Monday. You could bring it to church, pull into the country club,
Yeah.
but you the night before you're out hunting in the
Right.
back 40,
Yeah.
stuck in a mud hole.
You know, that's so funny. I mean, you saying that, think about when we start to identify our ambassadors, right, of our brand. Like, think of and Brantley actually mentioned it on his first delivery when we first partnered. was he was like, man, literally, I feel like I can throw a buck in the back of this thing, but I can also turn around and I can pull it into valet. And it feels like it has that feel on the both sides. I mean, then you look at Harold Varner. Harold's in the woods on the week, and he's at the country club on the weekends golfing or pulling up to these big time tours. So that's pretty cool. I think we've figured out that one. An athlete.
It's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah,
it's a really good one.
In Brantley's case, you can also jump it into a
Curve,
dried up riverbed,
a mound of dirt,
and then drive it 9 hours home.
We'll get Brantley on a future episode, and we'll let him tell that story. But yeah, he was definitely. I don't know if he was quicker in or out of the riverbed in a supercharged Roush F-150, and it didn't have a scratch on it.
No,
I don't know how. It was probably a 6-foot drop and 6 foot back up, dried riverbed. We'll tell the story, but we'll let Brantley really tell the fine details. And there's video proof.
I think I saw a video that
it's
maybe you
hilarious.
showed me or something.
Yeah, Brantley's glasses were on. We hit the riverbed. They went up.
Yeah.
We came up. They came back on.
Yeah.
It was just they were like shuddering.
Wait, listen to this.
But it was that was
good.
That was fun. I think my head hit the top of the ceiling, and I was wearing a seatbelt. There's video proof of that.
Yes.
Safety first, kids.
Yes.
Oh man,
Good
Good
thing that had
times.
our shiny new suspension on it.
it
Not
did.
an ad, but
It did have suspension, and we had our retail supercharger on there as well.
fun times.
705 horsepower. When you start to think about those numbers, what's the future of horsepower? Because I progressively have seen over the past 5, almost 6 years, I've seen us go from, I think 575, I think. Now we're talking 775 on the JRE. We're talking 705 on the F-150. Where do we stop?
Where do you want to stop?
Where's the market?
I think there's where and there's why.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of goes with Ford made improvements to the base engine too.
Right.
So like that 575 would have been like a Gen 1 Coyote. Now that
Right.
the trucks are on Gen 4. So like as they make improvements, because we don't want you to have to take your engine apart to put a supercharger on it and make it reliable. Like we want it to be reliable no matter what you're doing with it.
Yep.
So, I mean, you could probably push a little bit more, I'm sure, but
Yeah, but
then you lose some of that reliability.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the package.
I guess my point, saying, okay, let's say 575, we'll just make it a hard number of 600 horsepower 5 years ago.
Yep.
We're at almost 800 horsepower now,
Mhm.
200 horsepower gain over 5 years. Are we going to see that again?
I don't know if you'll see that again with the market and just the way everyone's transitioning to the EVs and whether or not. I think if the certain customers will want it,
Right.
the aftermarket will be there to support that.
Yeah.
But the heyday of these horsepower wars. I mean, since like 2007, GT500 came out. It was 500 horsepower, and the new GT500s are over 700 horsepower. So
Right.
the new Raptor R. It's incredible what the engine output is, per liter, and then how do we take that to the next level for our customers, right?
Right.
There's guys, buy it on, or was it race on Sunday, win on Sunday, buy on Monday, right?
Yeah.
If you put the power in there, you show up some guys on the track on a Friday night, you'll sell some more on a Saturday. So
Yeah.
the other guys want just the cruiser. So I don't know. It all depends on what the customer's after.
Right.
and I think like the evolution of 500 to 700 horsepower is a 200 horsepower difference. But like going from 5 to 700 and then going from like 7 to 900, that's a lot different situation on what is required versus 5 to 7. Like
Right.
as you start going up in horsepower, it's like if anyone does drag racing, like anytime you're trying to take anything off, the faster you go, the harder it is, the more horsepower you need. It just, as you get to the peak performance, you could call it, it just gets harder and harder to get to that point.
The further you optimize
Or more
it,
expensive.
the more
Yeah.
expensive it gets to
Yeah.
eke out that little bit of power.
Sure.
I mean, even something as fundamental as wheels and tires, I mean, you have to match that to your power too.
Yeah.
You
And
can't,
yeah.
I mean, you can't really go that much faster without bigger tires probably than what we have right now.
Right. Yeah. If we put a wider tire on the rear of the car to get more traction.
Yeah.
That's one option.
Continental Tire has always been, I feel like, have always kind of stepped up with us. I mean, I think the coolest thing was in the track pack jack box, Continental DRs,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
They're the DRs.
Yep.
I don't know if they ever became retail, did they? Or I don't know what the offer
Not
was
from
on
us.
that.
No.
But it was wild. I remember we did the testing out at the Continental Proving Grounds in Uvalde. And we did the circle track
Skid
testing,
pad.
skid pad. And they had the G-force.
Yep.
You guys can talk more to this.
Yep.
But what was wild to think with the JRE, 775 horsepower, and those tires, we were pulling almost the same amount of G's as supercars,
Right.
which is crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
and you're talking that car offering was, I believe we sold it at, good question. What did we sell the JRE at? It's around 100,000.
Yeah. Altogether. Yeah.
And then, think about it was competing with stuff that was $250,000 and up,
Yep.
which is pretty amazing. So
Yeah.
you get that right recipe of power and tire, suspension. Sure, there's other factors into this. I'm no engineer.
You
but
build the whole package together, but that's what that track pack was all
Yeah.
about, right?
Right.
track pack jack
customers-
box.
Trademark.
This is not an ad.
This is not an ad.
Yeah, I saw one of the customers post online, had finally put his track wheels on his car,
Yeah.
and he was just driving around like on the street with them. It's like, those are race only. Hope don't get caught in the rain.
Yeah.
That's not a tire for driving on the street with.
But it looks so
But it
good.
looks
cool.
good.
Yeah.
It looks really
Is
good.
it the yellow lettering and
Yes.
everything?
Oh
It's
yeah.
really race
With the
car.
red paint on those Mustangs.
If you would have told me that with the yellow lettering, I'd have been like, oh no. But that thing just
looks
works so nice. It works.
Well, that wheel was kind of an evolution of the wheel that
That we
Luke,
did-
you and I
Yeah,
did
for the
with-
17 P51.
Yeah, that was quite a shift. We took a lightweight 19-inch wheel with weld, fully forged, very lightweight, and we married that up to a Continental tire, very good high-performance tire, and compared that against our old setup, which was cast wheel, 20-inch, different tire manufacturer, and we had one lap to test this new setup at Gingerman. In that one lap, the car was over 3 seconds faster,
I remember that day.
and the car was also running out of gas and overheating.
Overheating.
Yeah,
end of
but-
the day, but you're still able to lay down 3 lap faster time on that.
Just tires alone.
Just
Tires
the tire and
and
wheel.
wheel.
Oh, tire
Right,
wheel.
the unsprung weight and then the grip that the tire offered.
It was unbelievable how much better it felt. I mean, you could put it anywhere.
Yeah.
You would have loved it, Chad.
I know. You got to go back to Gingerman.
All right.
Well, you can come to Grid Life. Bring one there.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah.
We should go to those events.
Yeah, it's
We
awesome.
should.
Talk about the lifestyle side.
We should, Mr. CEO.
You could do like time
Yeah,
attack. Or
I am
something.
CEO. We're going.
They have like a street like stock class. I don't know like all of their levels, but you're out there by yourself. It's just time trials by yourself, but it's like a stock vehicle. They have different tire rules and stuff.
Anybody
but,
know where we can get
it's
a
cool.
driver?
No, I don't see a single driver in this room. Maybe two.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Jack-
I've seen Steve drive. I'm not sure. Giving him Hussein, can you drive? Yes, I can. He can. Okay. All right. We might give you the keys. Luke.
Trevor, you're not allowed to drive.
No, I know. No, see, there's engineering testing, and then there's Trevor testing.
Trevor, yes, there's destructive
There's,
testing.
and by the way, if my foot is on or off the gas, okay, there's no feathering.
That I learned that at Uvalde too when we were in the off-road.
Wah, bah, 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 bah. Hey, but guess what? Did you have a good time?
I did.
Did you smile?
Sure did.
That's
Did the truck survive? It sure did.
it. Sure did. See, you know what? I'm going to give you guys a pat on the back, and you mentioned this earlier at the Brimstone event.
Yeah.
We beat. Speaking of Trevor testing,
Yes.
and you know me,
Yes.
every lap was wide
Open.
open,
Oh, yeah.
and you saw it.
Nonstop.
Because I know Luke turned daddy mode a couple times and was like, hey, let this thing cool down a little bit. I'm like, no, we got to go. Let's go. No, we got to jump this time.
I got to drive this thing back to Detroit,
Yeah.
Trevor. Like, take it easy.
And that's actually what I'm saying. It's all day long from sun up to sundown. We gave hundreds of rides, and we beat the
it's not.
junk out of this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no junk in that truck. That thing. Whew. But anyways. But yeah, and then we got in them and drove them home. And I remember people literally asking us. They'd be like, "So you guys get these like picked up and shipped back home?" We're like, "No, we're driving them back home." "Where are you guys going?" "Detroit." They're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like they just seen this truck and aired out, mud all over it. But that goes to the engineering excellence of what you guys do. I mean, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so
Pretty
neat.
cool.
Now I think that's one thing that not to put any more weight on your guys' shoulders, but the truth of it is, engineering is such a big. It's always talked about in Roush, right?
Yep.
When you think Roush, you think engineering. I think that's always the case, and to think that so much rests on you guys to obviously produce a good vehicle, and I don't think we've seen a bad one in years. So
Well, and you know,
Really?
say you guys, 2 people in this room, but
right,
behind
there's a
us,
bunch.
right,
There's an
100%.
army
Right,
of
right.
engineers that work on our product, right?
Yeah.
Or body engineering, powertrain engineering, chassis engineering, CAE, analytical engineering, electrical engineering. Yes,
Right.
The powerhouse of engineering prowess that we have the access to within the company is second to none, and I think that shows in the product and what we get to bring to market. So
Yeah.
hats off to all the engineers
Yeah.
in Roush.
Absolutely.
That's pretty neat because not to look at other makes and models, but there's some times where you're like, holy crap, like what happened? Like how did that get to this point on the
Yeah.
road? You don't see that at Roush, which I think is pretty neat. So
Nope.
friends, you guys got any closing statements here?
Let's
No?
have some fun with a Mustang.
We appreciate you guys,
Yeah.
engineering team.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank
Yeah,
you
thank
so
you.
much.
Anytime. Thanks for having us.
Of course.
And now that I'm CEO, I'm gonna end this podcast. I'm gonna tell you guys can go home, and I'm giving you a bonus. I'll wire it over,
Yeah.
and you guys enjoy your weekend. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Thanks,
Fun.
guys.
Cool.